So you're really suggesting that they go back and play a territorial game, having, played and found an attacking edge in the last two games, or actually an attacking transformation. I don't think that they've got the firepower to play that sort of game, to play a Springboks game against New Zealand. I think that New Zealand's pack is as strong as England's, and actually, on the evidence of the World Cup, probably stronger. So
well, they're struggling at lock, Nick, for a start. They don't have Retallick, they don't have Whitelock. They've gone. And they have injuries there.
Well, they got Tuipulotu, who's got about 25, 30 caps.
Yeah, and he's about 20%. About 20% as good as Whitelock and Retallick. About 20%.
They've got Scott Barrett, and my reading of it is New Zealand always cry wolf before every Test series regarding bloody injuries and so on and so forth. You get out there and you're facing the full Montezuma every time.
And viewers, there'll be a lot more of this through the summer because it doesn't take Nick long. It doesn't take Nick long to get on the Kiwis' case. Go on, my son.
But it's more England's case that I'm on here because, I'm looking at this and I'm sort of thinking, okay, Alex Donbrandt hasn't had a bad season. I don't have a real issue with him being there, but Ted Hill not being in there, I've definitely got an issue about.
Especially with Courtney Lawes not there.
Yeah, absolutely. And and I look at just looking at the final. I thought that Eogan was very unlucky to get penalised the first time round when he was up against Stewart, and then he turned it round, and he had Stewart in trouble, and he is, if Dan Cole in his 37th year goes down with an injury of some sort or other, he's the next man in. Yeah. And then there's Joe Hayes behind him. Now, I know that you sort of had a jest at my expense about my obsession with scrums and tight heads and so on and so forth in the last episode, but just look at the impact that Jutoy had.
A broken clock is still right twice a day, Nick.
Yeah, on both sides of the scrum, it bloody isn't. But, for me, I just look at it and I think that front row wise, they're skating on pretty thin ice. And if they get injuries, which 3-test tour, you might sail through, but you might not. Yeah. And
I don't think you run the All Blacks off the pitch, Nick.
I don't think that they can run them off the pitch, but I certainly think that they can play a game that that takes them on. Yeah. In a running sense. I don't think you can lock up against them. That way you do lose. Unless you're very, very good at it, which I don't think England are.
I don't think you pick 6 Northampton backs and then play
that sort of game. No.
I think they've set their stall out here for better or for worse. They go in the Northampton way behind the scrum, and we'll see if it's enough, if it can translate to international rugby.
Yeah, we saw what happened to that in the final.
Well, exactly. There's a danger there, but they might have learnt from the final a bit. But I think it's a very interesting tour. England are going to put it on the line, I think, and we'll see exactly how far this new game can take them.